Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, Leilani of Barbados. Last night, a new American war hero, Prince Harry, was awarded the Tillman Award. So first of all, I wanted to talk about all the things that Harry did, all the little tricks that he did in order to make himself more acceptable in receiving this award. As you know, there was a lot of backlash, especially coming from Mary Tillman, the mother of Pat Tillman. In fact, she didn't even come to the award ceremony. So let's look at the first trick that Harry used in order to not make himself look like a selfish pig. First of all, he flanked himself on either side and behind by the Williams family, Serena Williams family. Meghan and Harry were in the front row. You know, there were lots of people there. They had footballers who had made 25 million gazillion touchdowns. They had athletes who had suffered with cancer and overcame. I mean, they had all kinds of heroes in that audience. And Meghan Markle took up one of those front row seats, which is so insane to me. Behind her was Alexis Ohanian, which is Serena's husband, and their daughter Olympia. By the way, where were Meghan and Harry's children? Wouldn't that be something that they would like to see? Their father getting an award? Now, I know what you're going to say. There are no children. There are no children. I think that even if there are children, by Meghan not bringing the children, she is solidifying her image as a rich woman who has nannies. Every time she doesn't bring her children, she makes it look like she's not one of these bedraggled mothers who has to carry their children everywhere. Those are for the povas, the poor people. She has nannies 24/7 around the clock. So she never has to bring her children anywhere. And Olympia was very well behaved. So that might be another reason why they don't bring those kids anywhere. I mean, we just really don't know at this point. So the way that they put the Williams family all around them, it just really pointed out to me how much they needed to be protected and smothered. And like, you know, Beyonce said, I wonder does Serena believe that Beyonce sent that message to Meghan? Does she, remember that text message? Oh, Beyonce just texted me and she said I needed to be protected and that I am the diamond of the whole generation and curses and whatever. I'm supposed to solve all the problems in the world. That's what Beyonce said. You see?
Beyonce just texted. Really meant.
Shut up.
Just checking in.
Just checking in. Just casual.
I still can't believe she knows who I am.
Go and call her.
No, it's okay. She said she wants me to feel safe and protected. She admires and respects my bravery and vulnerability, and she thinks I was selected to break generational curses that need to be healed.
That's well said.
Harry says, go call her then. And she's like, no, it's okay. I need to call her. Who's she? And that was completely fake. And I don't know if Serena realizes that was completely fake. I also don't know because Serena is Jehovah's Witness, right? And from what I understand, the more people you bring into the church and you save and whatever, as a Jehovah's Witness, it's like the more Mercedes you can get to drive in heaven, or like the bigger your mansion is going to be in heaven, or whatever the case may be. So maybe, and I'm hoping this is the case, that Serena has mentored them into the Jehovah's Witness, or is trying to mentor them into the Jehovah's Witness. And maybe that's why she's friends with them, because I cannot figure out for the life of me why Serena is so taken with these two fools. So Serena Williams is hosting the event, the ESPYs. So she starts out by saying, well, a lot of people wonder why I'm here hosting this. Said no one ever.
A documentary about my life is airing right now on ESPN+. My movie King Richard got nominated for several Oscars and won Best Actor. So honestly, the only thing left for me to do really was tell jokes in front of football players, basketball players, and Rob Lowe.
I don't know if she has like a complex or something. Like, you're the best women athlete ever in the history of women athletes. Why would anyone question your validity and like why you should be there? But maybe it was a way of her plugging her documentary that's now airing, as she said. And then what I found also interesting is that she couldn't wait until she had to give Harry the award. She had to mention the Harkles in her monologue, her opening monologue.
Because this is my night. And I don't want to be overshadowed by the accusations that you guys are taking up too much oxygen. Okay? In all seriousness.
So there she's telling Meghan and Harry, don't be overshadowing me. Everyone talks about how you overshadow every event. Well, this is my night. And I was just like, girl, you couldn't wait to just give Harry the award to focus on them. Like, why are we focusing on them so hard? It's like they're babying them. They're saying, you are okay. You're special. We love you. We're going to keep talking about you and the camera's going to keep panning to you, even though literally nobody wants them there. Spoiler alert, Harry was actually booed when they called him up for the award. People were not happy about him being there and getting that award. So let's get into some of the tricks. So Serena's about to introduce Harry to get this award. Let's listen.
20 years ago, Pat Tillman gave up his life fighting for his country. He left his NFL career behind because he believed he owed it to America to risk.
What does she look like? She looks like she's cosplaying as Dolly Parton. Her makeup literally looks like clown makeup. And that hair wig it doesn't make any sense. But what's even crazier is that looking like that, she's being totally serious. Like, we're about to talk about Prince Harry, and it's all very solemn. It's overacting at this point. Listen, we all know why everyone's all nervous and awkward about it, because he's got all this backlash, deservedly so. There's one trick. Then he brings out these 3 soldiers who are part of the Invictus. They're athletes that have competed in the Invictus Games, and they bring them out as a shield or a buffer between Harry and the public that does not like him. They stand up there and they talk for what seems like ages about this event, and you can tell that all 3 of them are not comfortable up there. This is where the selfishness of Harry, instead of Harry just getting up there and owning it by himself and saying, I want to give this to these people, and call up the people and say, here's the award, boom, all 3 of you grab it from me. Instead of doing that, he lets these people come up there before him and talk, and they're very nervous. And I would be too if I knew that everyone did not want this man to get this award. And then they go into the B-roll of the Invictus Games documentary series, which was very compelling footage. That was a really beautiful documentary. Unfortunately, because Meghan arrived in this docuseries, I think in episode 2, everybody got grossed out and stopped watching it. But as I said when I did the first video I did on it, and only one, it was a really beautiful piece of art. The docuseries, the filming, everything was the music, everything was so beautiful and compelling and tear-jerking. So they now get to play the same B-roll again, which is a good thing, because I hope that a lot of people got to watch it. I think the numbers did go up of people watching the ESPYs this year, probably due to the controversy. At least more people would have gotten to see this beautiful B-roll. So they play all of that. And then they show Marie Tillman, who was Pat Tillman's wife at the time when he died, and she's now remarried. It's tear-jerking. She's crying a little bit. Now, there's a lot of controversy again around her, and a lot of people are blaming her and this new man that she has for playing up in the money. But she's there with bells on. My favorite part!
Please welcome the recipient of the Pat Tillman Award for Service, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex.
Meghan is dragging, it's giving this image. He's trying to get up and go and do this speech, and she's grabbing both hands, literally both hands are clutching onto his one hand while he pries it out of her vice grip to get on the stage and go and do the speech. And she's like she's about to erupt with some kind of self-importance. It's crazy. And this white dress that she's wearing, this halter dress, I don't know why she has to wear halter dresses so much, but one could say that it is to remind people of her past engagement dress. I want to talk about Harry's suit for really quickly, because I want to get into the speech, but I have to talk about his suit. His suit looks like a used car salesman suit, which is quite fitting because that is exactly what he has become. When you see how people were dressed there, the male athletes especially were dapper. I mean, they were dressed down like fashion, like catwalk style. They are quite known for dressing up, like when they go into their games and they wear their street clothes. It used to be just sweatsuits, and now in the last few years, it's become very much a fashion show, and so you expect no less from them. But Harry, dude, I mean, you could have put on something else. I'm not understanding that suit looks so poor. It looks so puffer. So he goes up and he hugs the 3 athletes who are up there who are giving him the award. And like I said, at any point in this, he could have turned it around and given it to them. They want to get off the stage. The lady in the red dress in particular looks very uncomfortable, like how she's holding her hand here. She doesn't want to be up there. And yet he tells them several times throughout his time on stage, don't leave, stay here, stay here. And he's doing it kind of in the way like, oh no, I want them to look at you too. Dude, they just gave a 5-minute speech. All of them did their part. Everyone got to see them. Please let them go. Let them go in the back and relax. But no, he wants to keep them up there, and he's trying to say, yes, it's about them, but really he just is very uncomfortable because of the booing. To go through the speech, let's do it.
Whoa, come back. Come back, you guys gotta stay here for me.
Stay here, you need to be with me. You don't tell them what they need to be. It's orders, he's giving out orders. From that point, I was done.
I'd like to begin by expressing my deepest gratitude To everyone at the Pat Tillman Foundation, led by Marie Tillman Shenton, who I'm so honored is here tonight.
Yeah, you must be honored that Marie is there. Marie is the daughter-in-law of Mary, so the one who was married to Pat. He's so honored and he's so grateful and gratitude for her being there, whatever. Yeah, because Pat Tillman's mom don't like you and didn't show up. So you must be very grateful. You must be very relieved, I think is the right word, for her to actually have showed up because she's crooked, like you.
I'd also like to acknowledge the Tillman family, especially Mrs. Mary Tillman, Pat's mother. Her advocacy for Pat's legacy is deeply personal and one that I respect. The bond between a mother and son is eternal and transcends even the greatest losses. The truth is, I stand here not as Prince Harry Pat Tillman Award recipient, but rather a voice on behalf of the Invictus Games Foundation.
Oh my goodness. Okay. First of all, lots to unpack in that sentence. He actually said Mary Tillman's name, which is shocking that he had bolsitos to even do that. I cannot believe that. But he just said it. And then he's like, oh, and I'm not here as Prince Harry, because she criticized, one of her criticisms about him was that he had too much celebrity. He was too famous on his own. She thought somebody else should be highlighted who was much more fitting of somebody like her son, for example, and then also somebody that was not well known so that they could be highlighted and start up their own things that they want to do, you know? But he already has everything, so why give it to him? She wanted somebody who had less clout to get the award. So that's why he says, I'm not here as Prince Harry, but you are, because there's no other reason why you are there. There's no other reason why you are anywhere on any Netflix, on any Oprah, on any book spare. There's no reason why you are doing anything with your life except because you are Prince Harry. Okay? Let's get that straight.
And service personnel from over 20 nations who have made the Invictus Games a reality. This award belongs to them, not to me. That said, it is of great importance to me to highlight these allies, athletes, and their amazing families for their achievements, their spirit, and their courage at every opportunity, especially on nights like this, in front of people like you. Moments like these help us reach those that need Invictus most, and reduce more than 20 veterans a day taking their own lives in this country alone. For those who may not know, Invictus comes from Latin, meaning undefeated or unconquerable. Nelson Mandela credited the poem of the same name, written by the poet William Ernest Henley, for giving him the strength to endure nearly 30 years of imprisonment. Like that poem, the spirit of the Invictus Games transcends race, time, and borders. It is born from unity and exudes purpose. This year, we're celebrating 10 years of witnessing life-changing impact and healing through sport. And while so much progress has been made since those first games, the world outside seems to be in an even more precarious state. We live in an age marked by polarization and division. Conflicts rage around the globe. Anger and resentment towards those who are different seem to pervade societies everywhere. Our community challenges that. Our community proves that unity is not just possible, but formidable. The beauty of the Invictus Games lies in how it brings people together, no matter one's nationality, background, or personal struggles. It is a collective built from courage and mutual respect, where athletes discover time and time again the common denominator of their humanity. Having survived the crucible of armed combat and forged through the challenge to rebuild bodies and minds impacted by conflict, they form a family. They exemplify the very best in all of us. There is a military expression that dates back to Roman times. I'll spare you another Latin lesson. But the phrase translates roughly to leave no one behind. and they hold particular significance for the US Army's Rangers. And I have no doubt Pat Tillman and his comrades lived by those words. So, it is fitting that I end with them and make a promise on behalf of all of us at the Invictus Games Foundation. No matter the road ahead, we are here for you. We will leave no one behind. Thank you.
And there goes Harry, giving the voice to the voiceless, just as Meghan Markle would have wanted him to do. Anyway, I will be doing my own award ceremony shortly. I'll be doing a live to thank you for my 100k. It is your award after all and not mine. And we're going to have Q&As, we're going to have some challenges. It's going to be a really nice time. So I will be putting up on my community tab and everywhere on social media when I'm going to be having that, but it's next week. Okay, so let's get ready to do that. And please, if you don't mind subscribing, give me a thumbs up, put on your notifications so you know when I'm doing my live. I love you so much, and you know that. Goodbye.